Love them so much. So all about those worms, and they're all about that mulch. So I'm heading out here to get some hay. Sissy. So this is my little hay spot. It's all mowed. So basically it looks like this when it's not mowed. And I let it grow and I mowed around it. And yesterday I mowed it all. So now I'm going to get my beautiful mulch. Let's go. Can you see me? So of course I didn't bring my tripod out here. But this works for me. This isn't for everybody. Not everybody has this much grass, and I just happened to notice that this was very straw-like, very hay-like, and it worked really well in my garden. So this is just how I get free mulch, and it brings me so much joy. You wouldn't believe it. So I hope you enjoy watching this mulch go down in the garden. I forgot to say, what I do is I mow it all, and then I mow it in a circle, you know, with the blower facing towards the circle so that, you know, it all goes in a circular pile. And I think one of the greatest things about using your own mulch is, you know, nothing's been sprayed on it. You know, I'll catch myself seeing a bunch of mulch on the side of the road and I'm like, oh, wow, you know, it's like money to me, or, you know, whatever. But you don't know what's been sprayed on that, what's been dumped there. So this, I know. So it's really cool. Plus, there used to be a house here like 100 years ago. There's no evidence of it now, but once I did find a piece of like thick glass. It was like window glass when I was putting a tree in out here. So I don't know, it's just in all the ways special to me. So alright, so thanks for joining me on this little mulch adventure. I did get 3 wagonfuls from a pretty big field. So if you're doing this with grass, just, you know, if you just let your grass grow a little bit longer than usual and then mow it in a circle, and you can get a pretty good amount of mulch. When it's green grass, all you have to do is be a little more careful. If you put the green grass right on your plants, like close to the base, it can get really hot because there's still a lot of nitrogen breaking down in the grass. So the dead grass is the best, but you can just dry out your grass clippings and use those as well. So you can use leaves. I use pine straw in my walkways sometimes, and I'm going to use pine straw around my blueberries. I say this all the time, but there's controversy. There's conflicting information about whether or not putting pine needles on your garden will make it acidic. From what I've read, they're acidic when they're on the tree, but by the time they are brown, they're not going to bring acidity. So, you know, I will say that I know the worms are happier under regular like leaves and hay than they are under pine straw, but it's not that they're unhappy under pine straw, because I still have worms under pine straw. Alright, so this is one of the spots that I recently dug in a little bit. I moved this mulch aside to plant some marigold starts from the border, and just looking at how happy this soil is. So let's just peek. There's a worm. And all these little round soil pieces are worm droppings. That's kind of why I don't keep worms as composters, like red wrigglers, because I just focus on feeding the ones that are already here, these earthworms. And they love mulch. That's their food. They'll eat this all up. So I'll cover you guys back up. But everywhere you look, there they are. And that is so awesome. My soil is alive. And so they will feed my plants if I feed them. And then hopefully I never really have to feed my plants. Hi, little guys. Yes, love them so much. So all about those worms, and they're all about that mulch. So mulch is so amazing. The worms love it. It's free, it's natural, and I would love to get some wood chips. I actually saw some down the road. We were picking up trash on our little side road the other day, and we got like a whole bag of trash. It was crazy. But they had cut the trees to protect the electric wires or telephone wires, and they had mulched. They wood chipped. They chipped the wood. Anyway, what I was saying before I had to change my battery pack is I want wood chips. I've always wanted to work with wood chips but didn't have access to them. These are probably mostly pine trees that they've been cutting down, so I don't know. I think it would be fine to use pine mulch, but I would only use it in my walkways, and then from what I've learned, you just don't want to turn it into your soil. Keep it on the top. So wood chips would be awesome for my walkways, and if I ever get access to the wood chips, I will simply, you know, put it on top of the hay. And oftentimes I move my hay around. It'll sit there for a while, and then when I go change something, I'll use it to mulch something else, and you know, it doesn't have to stay where you put it. It's yours. You can do whatever you want, and that's why I love the garden, because I do what I want, and it's the best feeling, because, you know, it's freedom. So anyway, it's a beautiful sunny day. We made it through the cold snap, and I think it's gonna be warm from now on. So I hope you're being patient in your garden, wherever you are, whatever season your garden is in. And thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.